High on Seymour coach Paul Sponheimer's wish list this week is for his team to execute, and cut down on critical mistakes that have thus far plagued his 0-2 Wildcats. Seymour has suffered 2 bitter defeats in its opening games against Ansonia and Shelton. Captains Billy Brooks and Mark Primavera and sophomore quarterback Chris Kelly lead a still potent Seymour offense. Derby coach Charlie DeCenzo is plenty worried about Seymour. He considers the blue and gold to be the first major test for his 2-0 Red Raiders. The defense has been DeCenzo's biggest headache. They're not anywhere near where the coaching staff wants them to be. Offensively, Derby is strong with quarterback Ben Bartone and running backs John Potke and Dave Enrollman the main weapons. From Ryan Field in Derby, it's Seymour against Derby in a key Housatonic and Intra-Valley matchup on Telemedia Sports Valley High School Football Game of the Week. Hello again, everyone. Ed Clements, Buddy Chernovitz from Ryan Field in Derby. Buddy, when I talked to both Coach Charlie DeCenzo and Coach Paul Sponheimer during the week, it's hard to figure out at one point who was 2-0 and who was 0-2. Paul Sponheimer still supremely confident in his team's abilities. Play here or there. Could have been a 2-0 season thus far for the Wildcats. On the other hand, Coach Charlie DeCenzo, he's 2-0, but he recognizes that his team has been fortunate. They've capitalized on other teams' mistakes. This is going to be a test for the Derby Red Raiders, especially defensively. They have not played very well on defense. They've given up a lot of yardage. They really have been lucky to be 2-0 at this point. Seymour, on the other hand, is probably very unlucky to be 0-2. They play 2 quality football teams. They've been very well tested in their first 2 matches. They have not been able to come away with a W, and their kids are ready to win, so it's going to be an interesting matchup here. Well, let's talk a little bit about the Seymour offense. Billy Brooks, Mark Primavera, these are 2 fine runners coming out of that backfield, and we've seen signs that Chris Kelly's going to be a good quarterback. Chris Kelly is going to be a quality quarterback. He's been in some tough situations. They put him in some situations that you don't want a sophomore quarterback in that he's been forced to throw, and everybody knows that he's had to throw the football. Primavera and Brooks have got to run the ball. The offensive line has got to make some holes for him, and they've got to put Kelly in a position where he throws when everyone is not expecting, and if that happens, you're going to see a much better quarterback in Chris Kelly. Now, on the other side of the of the ledger, the Derby Red Raiders, you know, we know that Derby has a great offense. Ben Bartone, almost like an experienced quarterback because he spelled Joe Martin at times last year. You've got 2 great runners also in John Potke and Dave Enrollman. Derby hasn't missed a beat on offense. They really haven't. Their problem hasn't been the offense. They're going to be able to move the football. They throw the ball extremely well with Bartone. They run that bootleg pattern that they've run in that offense for a lot of years. They're very well versed in doing that. Defensively is a question mark for the Red Raiders. If the Seymour Wildcats can move the ball on offense, it's going to be an interesting matchup here because Derby has to prove that they can play defense against a quality football team, and this Seymour Wildcat team is a quality team, and they're ready to win. And we'll be right back with Derby Seymour football right after these messages. Welcome back, everyone, and we're moments away from the opening kickoff here at beautiful Ryan Field in Derby. Perfect fall morning for a high school football game. Not a cloud in the sky. Ideal weather conditions, perfect temperatures. Derby has won the opening coin toss, and in your picture, that is one of the deep men, Jeff Robinson. He's back there along with Don Shepard and Dave Enrollman, and Derby will elected to receive to open this football game. Of course, 2 teams opposite records. The Raiders 2-0, the Seymour Wildcats 0-2. But the Wildcats have, a lot of people suspect, are not an 0-2 football team. Kicking off for the Wildcats will be Brian Schultz, the sophomore. Gets his foot into it and kicks it deep. That's Robinson on the return. And Robinson advances the football out to the 25-yard line, where the Raiders will take over 1st and 10. Let's take a look now at that Derby Red Raider offense. On the line, a replacement. During the week, Lou Gaetano separated his shoulder, and Sean Bittman will replace Lou Gaetano at center. Rest of that line for the Raiders: Leo Winter, Jim Gregorio, George Hay, Ken Lyman, the tight end Joe Ferrigno. First and 10 for the Raiders. We'll give you the Seymour defense in just a little bit. That's Potke straight ahead, the fullback, for a couple on the play. Let's take a look now at that Seymour Wildcat defense. And right up front, let's tell you that Billy Brooks will be starting at one of the defensive ends. Normally, sophomore Jason Russell starts at defensive end, but he's not even here today. He's been has a bug, has an illness, and is out of this football game. Also, John Karpovich will be missed by the Seymour Wildcats. He has a leg injury, will not see action in this football game. Bartone back to throw on second down. As a receiver, it is completed. Out across the 40-yard line for the first down to Ferrigno. And Sokolnicki on the tackle for the Wildcats.
Derby will come with the bootleg. You'll see the fake to the outside, try and hold right there, avoiding the tackle. Bartone, and then gets the ball to Ferrigno down the field for a big first down for the Derby football team on an excellent throw and catch from Bartone to Ferrigno.
There you see the standard offense for the Derby Red Raiders out of that wing T look. That is Enroman running the football. Might remember John Enroman from last year. This is the younger brother Dave. Mark Primavera on the tackle, along with DJ Salzano.
They come with a power out of the wing. They come backside after faking, or the fullback leads to the outside. Nice job in running as he'll come through the pole here for the first down yardage. Nice run for the Derby Red Raiders as they're at the 45. The Seymour Wildcats, 2 quick first downs for that offense of Derby.
And the football at the 46-yard line of Seymour. Again, that's Enroman trying the right side again of that Seymour defense, stopped by Primavera.
Back with the same play, another good gain. Just coming off tackle, you'll see the backside guard coming around, Gregorio, and leading him up the field. There's 65 coming right off that block. The ball carrier for good yardage, about 4.5 to 5 yards, as Derby has found a spot in that Seymour left side of the defense, and they are coming at it.
Raiders who have moved the football thus far in their opening two games very successfully. And Roman on the right wing this time, carrying the football for what I believe is another first down inside the Seymour 35-yard line. Zulo on the tackle for the Wildcats.
And Roman will follow his guard, number 77. That's Hay, gets out in front. Watch him bounce off the tacklers, keeps his momentum going forward before Sokolnicki and partner drag him to the ground. But again, it's another first down for the Red Raiders. They're coming off tackle both to the right and left side with good success. The guards leading the ball carrier around the corner.
Top part of your screen, that is the wide receiver, Don Shepard. They give it to Potke, but he is stopped right in the middle by the middle of that Seymour defense. A flag is dropped on the far side of the field.
That time they tried to get the fullback Potke right up in the middle as an illegal procedure. You see referee Dickie Hildebrand signal is going to move the Derby Red Raiders back 5. That time they tried a little bit of a trap again. Gregorio tried to lead Potke up the middle. Seymour did a good job closing it off. Watch the guard at the top just pulled down. Both the center and right guard just blocked down, and the guard comes around. Potke met inside for no gain, brings up a third down. First down.
First and 15. A pitch out. That's to Enroman. Enroman on the halfback option gets it downfield. That is Rich Lord on the receiving end, and Lord advances the football inside the 5 before he's dragged down by Primavera. On the pitch out to Enroman, Enroman threw it downfield, and the senior Rich Lord on the reception.
Lord had Primavera beaten by about 4 steps. The pitch, you'll see Enroman come to the outside. He just stops and lets loose with a very fine pass. Primavera is beaten but gets back to make the tackle at about the 4-yard line. Lord now brought him first and goal from the 4.
First and goal at the 4. Enroman streaking in for the score. Dave Enroman, 6 foot, 160-pound junior from that left wingback spot, streaked into the right corner of the end zone, 4 yards out, and Derby has drawn first blood here today.
And Roman will come to the outside on the sweep. The fullback leads to the corner. Excellent blocking along the outside, and then Roman just does the rest. He goes to 4 yards for the first Derby touchdown. 8:39 of the first quarter. First drive, and an excellent drive for the Red Raiders. They just took the ball and ran it right down the Wildcats' throat.
And the Derby cheerleaders throwing out those miniature footballs to the people in the stands here. Brito, who was actually almost
almost an automatic. Brito converts, and Derby leads at 7-0. Earlier, Buddy caught up with Coach Paul Sponheimer of the Wildcats, and he noted to the coach that except for a couple of plays, that Seymour could easily be 2-0. And how did the Wildcats approach this game against Derby?
Well, a lot could be forgotten with a victory against Derby here today. You know, it's basically what you've done for me lately. And you're right. Play here or play there, and we could be 2-0. And I'm not sure if we deserve to be 2-0 because of those plays that we made. Good teams don't hurt themselves, and that's why Derby's 2-0, and they haven't hurt themselves in the first two games. They've taken total advantage of every opportunity that they've had and capitalized on it. And what we need to do is make sure we don't hurt ourselves, let the opposing team come out and beat us.
We're back, everyone. And Seymour's coach Paul Sponheimer not too happy thus far with the opening series as Derby took the football from their 25-yard line and just advanced the football down the field. Big play in that drive was the halfback option from Enrollment to Lord, brought the football inside the 4. Buddy also caught up with the Derby head coach Charlie DeCenzo, and he asked Coach DeCenzo if his Derby Red Raiders approached Seymour as an 0-2 team.
But as far as we're concerned, they're a 2-0 team. I mean, you know, we're 2-0 by the grace of 2 fumble recoveries. They're 0-2 by the unfortunate circumstance of losing 2 fumbles, in our opinion. They're a good football team. I think they're a quality team, quality program. We've approached it just like any other Valley game. This is going to be a tough one.
There you see Charlie DeCenzo on the sidelines. Has to be very pleased with that first offensive series by his Red Raiders as they really drove the football down the field. They went off tackle successfully, threw the ball when they had to, the bootleg and the option pass, and put 7 points on the board in about 3 minutes and 30 seconds of this first period. An excellent, well-conceived drive at the Wildcats, and now the Wildcats are going to have to answer back with their offense. They cannot afford to get down in this game. They're already 0-2 in the season, and that has got to play heavy on the minds of the Wildcat football players. They just got to stay in this game. They've got to get a drive right away on offense.
Mike Paquet and his kickoff. That's Primavera. A flag is dropped behind Primavera. Primavera's yanked down at the 32-yard line by Gary Lucarelli.
Lucarelli and Primavera go back to teammates and Pop Warner. Primavera will catch the football right at about the 20 and then start up into the middle of the wedge. You see Brooks and Stromella leading him. Hit there, and then he'll bounce off the tackle before Lucarelli will wrap him up, pull him to the ground. But as Eddie said, there's a penalty marker. It's going to be against the Wildcats, and it's going to push them back inside the 20 to around the 15-yard line, 14-yard line as it's a clip. Dickie Hildebrand signals a clip, and that puts the Wildcats back at their own 14, and they're a long distance away from a touchdown right here on their first possession. Again, as with last week, their offense backed up to the goal line.
First down for the Cats at their 14. Derby leads at 7-0. First quarter, Ryan Field. Gives straight ahead to Primavera. And Mark brings the football across the 15 to about the 17. Ferrigno on the tackle. Let's take a look now at that Seymour Wildcat offense. In that backfield, of course, the quarterback Chris Kelly, Billy Brooks the fullback, Mark Primavera is the tailback. On the line, Brian Sirowidge is in for the injured John Karpovich at right guard. Karpovich having the leg injury suffered against Shelton. Play action. Kelly in trouble. He's hammered, brought down for a loss at the 10-yard line. Lyman first to get to him.
You'll see the bootleg attempt here and no blocking to this near side, and Kelly is in trouble right from the start. 77 George Hay, the defensive end, just comes in unblocked, gets help from Brito, but Hay and Brito bring him down for a big loss, and it puts Kelly where they don't want him in a big third and long situation backed up at the goal line. And this is something that Coach Paul Sponheimer just talked about. They don't want this quarterback in these types of situations.
3rd and 12 for the Wildcats at their 12-yard line. And they're down by 7. On a draw play, Bill Brooks gets the football outside the 15 to about the 19. Let's take a look quickly at that Derby Red Raider defense.
Did an excellent job in that first series. You've seen Hay and Ferrigno, DeRosa in on some tackles. They've got an excellent group of young men, and they have stopped Seymour on their first possession, and they'll have to punt the football. Derby should enjoy excellent field position as a result of this punt.
Schultz standing at his 5-yard line, back deep for the Raiders, and Roman and Shepard. And Schultz gets off a good kick. And it's just going to roll dead inside the Derby 45-yard line. Breaking the action with Derby leading at 7-0. Let's take this timeout. We're back, everyone. So the Derby Red Raiders have stopped Seymour on their initial possession of the morning. And Derby takes over their second possession of the football game. A loose ball on the handoff, a scramble, and the Seymour Wildcats have come up with it inside the Derby 40-yard line. Foster's around the play, but let's see, it might have been Jeff Carina who corralled that football on the Derby fumble.
This is a big turnover right here as the Red Raiders at field position never gets the exchange. It comes off his hip. The ball bounces and Roman cannot get back to it. Carina and company are going to recover the fumble. You see Brooks there, but that's a big turnover for the Wildcat defense. Seymour ready with their second possession. Excellent field position right here.
Standard set for the Wildcats. Great field position. Primavera off the left side, and the captain gets the football inside the 30. Rich Lord, the Raider, on the tackle for Derby.
Lord is going to come from the outside as Brooks or Primavera gets through there. There's the tackle right there by Lord. Primavera had a lot of room, picks up about 7 on that. It's second and short, but a nice play for the Seymour Wildcats as their offense now looks like they're ready to put some momentum and something positive on the board for this Wildcat team.
Ball spotted at the 32-yard line of Derby. No huddle offense at this point for the Seymour Wildcats. Play action, and Kelly unleashes the pass downfield as a receiver. Out there, is it a completion? If it is, it's a great catch inside the 5. That would be DJ Salzano, ruled a completed pass. What a catch, great concentration.
This is what this quarterback, Chris Kelly, is capable of. Don't put him in a third and throw situation. Give him an opportunity. It's a second and short. He gets the ball up. Salzano does a magnificent job, as you see there, catching the football and then taking it to the ground for the first down right at about the 1-yard line. Great throw from Kelly to DJ Salzano.
And I believe Shepard, who was back there defensively for the Raiders,
did an excellent job.
That was
great
excellent coverage by Shepard. That was just well executed on all ends on the Seymour offense. First and goal at the 1. See if they give it to Brooks. It is Brooks, and Brooks gets in for the score. So Seymour has taken advantage of the Derby turnover, and they have gone in for their first score.
Just a straight-ahead play that we saw last week. Brooks just getting down into the goal line area for the touchdown. A 39-yard drive, very quickly executed by the Seymour Wildcats after the turnover by the Derby Red Raiders. The 1-yard run by Billy Brooks, but the big play, the pass from Chris Kelly to DJ Salzano.
Schultz on the attempted extra point, and we're tied, 7-all. 4:38 remaining here in the first quarter of play at Ryan Field. And on that scoreboard clock, that time is official here on these Housatonic League games. We have that official keeping the clock up in the press box. And speaking about the press box, buddy, boy, have we been blessed this year. We have another new press box, and we're in it right now, right here at Derby's Ryan Field. Beautiful press box. They're not completely finished with everything they want to do in it, but just can't ask for anything more from Derby and their facilities here. A lot more room. You can actually, you could sit down. If we had chairs, you might be able to sit. You can certainly stand, and your head is not hitting the ceiling either.
It's a beautiful facility, just as the Shelton facility and the Ansonia facility, and we've been, as you say, blessed with new facilities all in 1 year here, and
we appreciate
it's made our life a lot easier, and boy, when it gets colder, it's going to be even better.
Schultz end over end. Robinson. Ooh, and is he stuck? Salzano was one of the tacklers down there for Seymour, along with number 68. Jeff, check that, 88 should say Jason Gorlewski.
The Derby Red Raiders have better be ready, because there's some people out here in the gold and white that want to play some football. Watch coming up the field now as Salzano's going to get a crack at him. And along with Jason Gorluski with the final tackle with a great job on coverage.
Potke is one tough runner because he drags about 3 to 4 of the Wildcats along with him as he gets a lot of that yardage on his own.
Potke will come off the far side, the left tackle side of the Derby offense. Watch him just drag people as bodies come over the top. Potke just comes out of it before I think Foster is going to drag him to the ground, but he has again picked up 5 yards for the Red Raiders.
Second down, the football at the 28. Wing T look for the Derby Red Raiders. On the wing, they give it. That is Enroman running the football. A flag is dropped on the play as Enroman gets it across the 30 to the 32. Sokolnicki and Primavera on the tackle. Let's await the call.
It's going to be a hold or a clip because it came inside. It's going to be the hold. You see the referee, and that'll move Derby backward. You see Brooks get kicked out there by the fullback. Excellent job walling off the Wildcats. Would have been a first down, but it is going to move the Derby Red Raiders back as you see Dick Hildebrand walk off the yardage. A mistake inside by the Derby Red Raiders offense takes that first down away, and it's going to make it a big 2nd and long for the Derby Red Raider offense.
And speaking about the officials out there in that call, coming up in the 4th quarter, we'll be having our referee quiz feature with Larry Griffin. 2nd and long, 2nd and 14 as a matter of fact. Derby deep in their own territory. Bartone wants to throw on 2nd and long, has a receiver out there, that's Enroman. Enroman out to the 40-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. Ball might be marked at the 35. Keith Goulet knocked him out at that point. First down, Derby.
Enroman has an awful lot of room to the outside. Whether Goulet started in, what happened, but something went wrong on coverage because Enroman is just too wide open. Bartone stepping up, throwing an out pass as Enroman came out of the backfield. You see Goulet was not even close to him. Enroman able to pick up big yardage and a first down for the Red Raiders on a 2nd and long.
Football now marked at the 35, 1st and 10 for Derby. They give it to the fullback, Potke, and Potke is slowed up. Ray, first of all, to get to him. Jacob Ray in the secondary, and a couple of the other Wildcats cleaned up.
Looked like a pretty big hole, and then Potke will get hit as he crosses the line of scrimmage. 27 with the first tackle, and that's Jacob Ray. Looked like a lot more room than he had. Seymour did a good job coming up quickly and closing down the hole.
2nd and 8 for the Raiders at their 37. First quarter action, we're tied at 7. The pitch, Enroman puts a move, gets outside, a nice move. He eluded Sokolnicki. Primavera on the tackle.
Pitch sweep. Fullback will lead. They block down across the line. And watch right here, Enroman makes Sokolnicki miss and tackle grass. Then he gets outside for a big gain. It's very close to that first down yardage. Nice run by Enroman as he picks up pretty good yardage. The junior 6-foot, 160-pounder is taking over where his brother was last year, doing an excellent job running along with Potke in that Red Raider offense.
Derby goes double tight end. They bring in McManus, the sophomore tight end, and they full house backfield.
This one they're not going to make, Edward. I'll go out on a limb right away. They're going to be short. It'll be an interesting call here on their own 45. They try and come strong to the fullback. He is unable to get the necessary yardage as Seymour does a good job along the left side of that defense, and they are going to bring up a 4th down for the Raiders, and Charlie DeCenzo now has a decision right at his own 45 right in front of him. And there it looked like they may go for it here.
So the football at the 45 or thereabouts. Raiders have about a foot for the first down. Potke left side, and Potke has picked up the first down as he slides to the 47. Stromello from his defensive end spot on the tackle for Seymour.
That's a big call by the Derby Red Raiders. They don't make it here. Seymour just got a touchdown. They're going to give him a lot of momentum right back. But the Derby Red Raider offense, Potke taking the football, gets the first down. That's a big call as they're close to midfield, but keep possession of that football.
Nice lead block by Enrollment on the play. Play action. Bartone over the middle as a receiver, overthrows Ferrigno at the 40. Sokolnicki put the pop on Ferrigno. It'll be a second down coming up for Derby. Late stages, first quarter.
They run the bootleg. Again, Barone gets outside. He gets some pretty good pressure. I think he throws a little bit earlier than he wants to and overthrows his intended receiver, Ferrigno. Excellent coverage by number 12, David Sokolnicki, the senior 6'4", 175-pounder. Right on coverage on the tight end, Ferrigno, as he tried to come across.
Lowered to the bottom of your screen. 2nd and 10. The pitch. Enrollment. And Enrollment picks up maybe 1 yard as Seymour strung the play out beautifully. Sokolnicki leading the charge for the Wildcats.
Primavera and Brooks will be right there also. Watch 48 come off the block to the outside as Enrollment tries to get out. Foster, again, Sokolnicki and Primavera. Brooks behind him. They do a good job closing it down. It's a big third down, and the Red Raiders are going to have to pick up about 8 or 9 if they're going to go for it here. This is certainly not 4-down territory, and they're not going with more than a yard to go on that 4th down.
No gain on that last play. 3rd and 10 at the 48. Bartone wants to throw. A flag is dropped on the play as a receiver out there. It is up for grabs, incomplete at the 30-yard line, intended for Shepard, and coverage by Primavera. Let's await the call.
Shepard did an excellent job in playing off the ball because Primavera was closer to receiving that. As you're going to see an illegal procedure against the Red Raiders, and Seymour will probably refuse it, force the Derby Red Raiders to punt. You'll see the refusal. Brings up a 4th down here, but good coverage that time by Mark Primavera on the attempted out and up pattern by the Don Shepard, the senior 6', 180-pound outside receivers. You see 40 seconds left to go in this tie football game, the Red Raiders and the Seymour Wildcats.
Reminder to our viewers that at the conclusion of the game, we'll be making our presentation of the Thomas Dodge Player of the Game.
We're going to get a penalty here on the right guard. He went down in his stance and then saw that everybody was up with their hands on their knees, so he picked up, and once he's in that stance, he cannot move. He moved, and that's going to cost another 5 for the Derby Red Raiders.
So the football now spotted at the 43-yard line. And Derby will kick it away. Bartone is the punter. Great snap from center. Another flag is dropped as Bartone sails it inside the 20. It's going to roll dead at the 17, and we've got another flag, as I mentioned, a couple flags on the field, and let's see what happens with that. If the Wildcats will have Derby do it over, or well, let's see what happens. Ball rolled dead at the 18 of Seymour.
It's going to be against Derby again as Dick Hildebrand right in the middle of the Seymour contingent there explaining the options. The Seymour has the option to take the ball where it is or to force Derby to kick. And by the way, the Red Raiders are moving back. It's going to be punted again. Someone on the Derby line moved before the snap of the football. And the Derby Red Raiders have cost themselves 15 yards here on 3 successive penalties in a punting situation.
Next weekend, we'll be traveling to Naugatuck's Veteran Field, Buddy, and we'll be getting our first look at the Naugatuck Greyhounds, and they'll be meeting a Naugatuck Valley League rival, the Walcott Eagles. Walcott at Naugatuck, our game next weekend on Telemedia Sports.
And if I'm not wrong, I think that's the first time that we've ever had Walcott on.
You're not wrong.
Telemedia.
That's correct. Bartone again. But the Wildcats are going to gain some field position as they just let the ball roll dead at the 27-yard line. And now a scramble there. And Seymour will get the football back. Football will be marked at the 25-yard line. About 12 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Little wisp of a cloud up there as I look up in the sky.
This Snuck is the first in there, Edward, since we started.
Yeah, first.
What a nerve.
First weekend of fall of 1991. Boy, if all of our weekends are like this for our high school football, we'd be most fortunate. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the 25. And that has concluded matters here in the first quarter. Our score is Derby 7, Seymour 7. Welcome Welcome back, everyone, as we begin the second quarter here at Ryan Field. We're tied 7-all. Telemedia Sports Valley High School football game of the week. Seymour has it at the 25. Kelly on the option. The sophomore brings it outside the 30 before he's taken down by Bartone.
Kelly has done an excellent job in the 3 weeks that we've seen him run the option. He comes to the outside, waits for the opportunity to either pitch or turn up. Here the guard coming around the corner. That's Surwich will lead him. Surwich makes a block to the outside, and Kelly just turns it up inside, picks up about 5.5 to 6 yards. Excellent first down carry for Chris Kelly.
2nd and 4 at the 31. High formation, and flag heaven out there. Kip Anderson might have been some movement.
A little bit of movement in the interior of the line just before the snap of the ball. Again, we've seen this mistake now for 4 or 5 times here early in this football game by both Derby and Seymour. It'll cost the Seymour Wildcats the 5 yards that they just got on that great option run by Chris Kelly, and they're back 2nd and 9 at their own 25. Mistakes will kill you on offense.
2nd down, 2nd and 9. Kelly on a scissors action to Primavera. Primavera stopped after a pickup of 2 yards as the Raiders smelled out the play.
Red Raiders have seen that one. They've obviously practiced against it. Brooks will come to the near side, and then they try and get the ball back to Primavera, but the Red Raiders right there. Excellent job by Ortiz, who was waiting for him. It'll bring up a 3rd and about 5.5 to 6 yards for the Seymour Wildcat offense. As you look right down the line of scrimmage into the huddle and at the two football teams, they come out ready on this big 3rd down play for Seymour.
3rd and 6 for the Cats. The sophomore shovels the pass off. It is complete. That is to Brooks, and Billy fights his way forward. He's going to come up short about 3 yards of the first down, and it'll be a 4th down for the Cats.
Well-conceived play. Someone's got an arm on Brooks as he comes through the line, and that prevents him. Brooks just turns, stops, wait for the football. Right there, 87 gets the first piece of him. That's DeRosa, and he's going to get help finally to drag Brooks to the ground before the first down, but it'll bring up a punting situation for Seymour.
Buddy, Tom DeRosa is seeing his first action. He's a senior, seeing his first action since his freshman year here at Derby.
Not a good punt.
And it rolls dead at the 37-yard line, where the Raiders will take the football again. We're tied at 7-all. Derby's football after the Seymour punt. We've got a good one for you in this Intra-Valley and Housatonic League matchup. Of course, with the situation, the Wildcats 0-1 in league play, this is definitely a more critical game for Seymour in the Housatonic League race.
Certainly if they want to stay in the race. And right now, it's critical for them if they want to stay in the CIAC playoff picture. They cannot go down with 3 losses. So this is a big win, must-win situation for the gold and white.
Potke off the left side. He advances the football across the 40-yard line to about the 42. Primavera around the football for Seymour.
Guard is going to pull and lead Potke to the off-tackle hole. Picks up about 5 hard yards, and the Derby offense has been able to run off tackle very well so far this morning. The guards are doing a good job, both Hay and Gregorio, in getting around the corner and opening up the outside for their running backs.
I should credit also the fact that Billy Brooks, who's starting at defensive end in place of Jason Russell as illness, Billy Brooks made the initial hit on that last play. Bartone throws it out, incomplete, off the outstretched hands of Enroman coming out of the backfield.
Excellent protection. Watch the protection as Bartone just sits back and waits for Enroman to break to the outside, just out of his reach. Ray on coverage there, right in front of the Seymour bench, and Coach Sponheimer, as you see Charlie DeCenzo now with a 3rd and about 6 play. Coach Sponheimer there pushing or what's
exhorting.
The word? Exhorting was a good one. His defense now a big play for the Red Raiders.
3rd and 6 from the 41. Bartone on a drop, rolling, throwing. It is caught at the 40-yard line. A great reception there by the tight end Ferrigno, and Goulet on the tackle.
Again, excellent protection. You're going to see Karina, number 68, break through, but Bartone has plenty of time. Potke blocking on the outside. You'll see Karina come into your picture, but Bartone throws a strike right down the middle to his tight end, Ferrigno. Goulet with good coverage, but an excellent throw from Bartone brings big first down right at about the 40-yard line of the Seymour Wildcats.
Out to the left side now. In the bottom part of your picture is Shepard. As they give to the fullback, that's Potke. He meets a stone wall at the 40-yard line. Shepard is one of these other players for Coach Charlie DeCenzo. He's a senior that has not played since his freshman year.
Try and come with the midline trap right at the nose guard. Nothing doing inside. Seymour closes it right down. The Derby Red Raiders have not had a great deal of success coming inside of the guards. They've done a great job getting outside, but they're doing that to keep Seymour honest. At some point, they're going to come back and run that trap inside for some successful yardage, but they've had great success going off tackle so far this morning.
Lord checks in at split end. Play action. Ben momentarily lost his balance, but also helping out on the play to put him down on the turf is DJ Salzano for a loss.
Salzano came on a blitz. The bootleg is going to come back to this near side. Watch 24. Salzano come right through the crack as Stromello goes to the outside. Excellent job on tackling. Brings up a big 3rd and 15, and that's a big defensive play by DJ Salzano for the Wildcats.
You know, the Wildcats, let's face it, buddy, in the games we've seen them, they've looked
excellent
good.
Defense. It
very,
hasn't been
very
the
good
defense that's put them in trouble.
They have really done the job all year long.
Trips to this near side now on a big 3rd and long.
Bartone throws out to the left side, throws out to Lord, incomplete. A flag is dropped on the play.
From where that came, it's got to be a pass interference either on the offense or the defense. I would go against the Wildcats. As you'll see, Primavera is going to be involved in it as Bartone releases the football. He is getting a lot of pressure. Again, there is a collision. You saw just part of it right there. The official throws the flag right in the spot or the area of that spot, and it's going to bring up a very close measurement because it's right about the 15 yards necessary for that first down, which is automatic. So we get a first down call here on the 30-yard line for the Derby Red Raiders. Big play right there.
Automatic on that pass, on pass interference on defense. Automatic first down. Football touching the 30-yard line. In the second quarter, it's Derby 7 and Seymour 7. Telemedia Sports, happy to send you along this high school football game. And Roman. And David takes the ball to the 28. Might have been a loose football, but play might have been rolled dead. Bill Brooks first to get to Enrollment.
Brooks is going to hold his ground, and Enrollment is going to run right into his chest right there. Brooks will just rope him to the ground. It brings up a 2nd and 8. Good job closing off that off-tackle hole by Billy Brooks, starting at defensive end in place of, as you said, Jason Russell, who is home with an illness.
Billy Brooks, I just can't have enough praise for him. He's just been an outstanding player for the Seymour program since his freshman year. Seeing double duty here today in Derby. Bartone throws it out. It is caught at the 10-yard line and into the end zone for the Derby. Touchdown is David Enroman. Ben Bartone threw out to Enroman out of the backfield. Enroman caught it just inside the 10 and galloped into that end zone.
You're going to see a senior outplay a sophomore here because Jacob Ray has great coverage. Watch Enroman just out-muscle him for the football. He makes the catch, wants the football a little bit more, and gets into the end zone for the second Derby touchdown. A 30-yard throw in Roman from Bartone. 5:44 left to go here in this second quarter.
And it's Mr. Automatic, Marco Brito, for a 14-7 Derby lead. With a break in the action, let's take this time out. We're back, everyone. So Derby has untied this football game, buddy.
An excellent drive by the Red Raiders as they took the ball from their own 37 down the field for the touchdown. Trouble City.
A loose ball bounced off one of the Seymour players, and let's see who was recovered. One of the officials now is ruling that it's
They're going
Seymour's
either way.
ball, and now we got another indication.
Take the guy with the white hat. He went Derby. Now the other gentlemen have changed, but go with the white hat. He's got the official call, and it's going to be the Red Raiders on a big turnover here by the Wildcats. Ball is just going to go through the receiver's hands and bounce upfield back toward the Derby Red Raiders, and they're going to be on top of that football, and that's trouble in River City as the Derby Red Raiders now set up shop on about the 32-yard line of the Seymour Wildcats after having scored that touchdown with that very well-executed drive.
And I think he's going to go up on top on first down.
Good call.
Yeah. Enrollment from that wingback spot inside the 30 down to the 27. Sokolnicki on the tackle for Seymour.
They've had great success off tackle, and they're going to it when they need yardage. Here in Roman comes off the block of Potke. See Brooks get kicked out by Potke, and then he just comes up inside before Sokolnicki drags him to the ground. But again, 5 yards on first down is what you want. You're on schedule. Now you are in a pass or run situation. You put the pressure on the defense.
Second down for Derby, 2nd and 6. Potke, he is stopped. He's not able to get underway. Julio DeVillis.
DeVillis with a big play right here on defense as he will break through. You see the guard pulling, number 65, Gregorio, and then coming right behind them, DeVillis for the tackle. Brings up a big third down, and right here the Red Raiders want to talk it over.
This is the first time that Julio's been healthy enough, buddy, to really see any extensive defensive action. He was hurt before the final scrimmage of the before the season began, and he's been playing offense, but now fully healthy and ready to play both ways for Coach Paul Sponheimer.
He's a big part of that Seymour interior line, along with Karina, Serwich, Anderson. He's going to play a big role in that offense's ability to move the football, as they're going to have to put some points on the board against the Red Raiders because the Red Raiders know how to score. They may be a little suspect on the defensive side of the football, but they give that defense a lot of points to play with, and makes it a lot easier when you know your offense is going to score. It gives you a chance to make a mistake and still come back from it and win a football game.
Buddy, the Raiders went to this wing T look at the beginning of last year, and they pretty much have settled into this offense. They run it very well. They're a club that normally executes very well. They won't defeat themselves. They won't beat themselves.
Well, it gives you a lot of problems if you're a defensive coordinator, because it puts sometimes 8 or 9 men right along the line of scrimmage. You've got to defense all of those holes. Plus, it gives them an excellent ability to spread you out with the passing game. They've got the single back, and then from the wing, they bring the other back and Roman into the play to carry the football. So as a defensive coordinator, you've got to worry about protecting the entire field. It gives you a good run game, and it also gives you, with Bartone, a great throwing game, especially on misdirection. So it's been a great offense for the Derby Red Raiders. They've taken it and put a lot of points on the board and a lot of W's in their back pocket.
3rd and 7 from the 28 of Seymour. Bartone running the football is Ben Bartone. He has the first down as he gets inside the 20-yard line, inside the 15-yard line.
When you've got a quarterback that comes out of that rollout and is able to put the ball, tuck the ball up and get that first down for you, it creates even a bigger headache. Watch as Bartone will roll to the far side. He will just decide that he has a better opportunity to run the football. He will put it down, gets by Potke, who is blocking on the outside. Right here, he outruns a little leg tackle and then goes for the first down yardage. Big play for the Derby Red Raiders on a 3rd and long.
Well, the football actually spotted at the 17. Flags are dropped as Enrollment takes it around the left side, and the play is strung out very well. Sokolnicki, let's give him credit for the initial hit, and cleaning up is Mark Primavera. Let's await the call. The officials' flags out there on the field. Ah, buddy, I just looked up in the sky. There is not that wisp of a cloud.
Charlie DeCenzo just said the same thing as he looks up from the sidelines, trying to get a play in now. We'll see what the penalty is. It's a pitch to Enrollment. Watch Enrollment as he comes and attacks the defense. Watch as he hits up in there. Solid shots to Primavera and Sokolnicki being the aggressor on that play. It's going to cost Derby, though, 5 yards on illegal procedures. You can see Coach Sponheimer right there. His defense cannot afford to go down 14 points right now. They need a big defensive stand with 3:40 left to go in this first half of football. He does not want his team down 14 at the half.
1st and 15. At the 23, Bartone looking to throw, being pressured, gets it out. It is picked off by Sokolnicki, and the Wildcats have the football on the Derby turnover. Dave Sokolnicki.
He broke on the ball very well, and that is a great big play for the Seymour defense. It gives them an opportunity now with 3:40 left to get down into the end zone themselves. There is good protection. Just as Bartone releases, you see Stromello coming right behind him. Bartone will get it off. Great break on the ball right there by number 12, David Sokolnicki, for the interception. The Wildcats ready to go.
That was intended for the tight end Ferrigno. Mark Primavera guarding the football. And Primavera on a fine effort outside the 40-yard line. The captain for the Wildcats, Tom DeRosa, finally on the tackle for Derby. And Seymour is on the football.
That's a big 20-yard gain by Mark Primavera because it gives that offense some room to move. Primavera just comes off the left side. Look at Brooks drive, number 77, back off the football for good yardage. That was Hay. He took for a ride, gave Primavera the opening.
1st and 10 for Seymour at the 41. Late in the second quarter here at Ryan. On the option, Kelly carrying the football. The sophomore is upended by Bartone from the secondary.
Seymour has all 3 of their timeouts available. They're close to midfield. There is plenty of time here as the option play. Brooks inside to hold the linebackers. Coming outside, number 18, Kelly. Bartone with an excellent tackle as he upends Chris Kelly right to the out-of-bounds marker. Second down, no, and about 4, and a good pickup by Chris Kelly as they're no huddle. That's the 2-minute drill right away. It's their regular offense, so they're ready to go.
2nd and 3, the football at the 48. The give to Brooks, and Brooks is tied up in midfield by the interior of that Derby defense, led by Ferrigno, the linebacker.
Ferrigno, number 88, was right on that play. Brooks had nowhere to go. It's just straight ahead blocking. Watch 88 come in there. He just takes him right to the ground. Good tackle. It brings up a 3rd and short, and this is a big play because Seymour needs that first down yardage. I don't think they're going to want to turn the ball over even with 1:30 left to go.
Goulet along with Salzano to the bottom part of your screen. Brooks for the first down inside the 40. Billy doesn't want to go down as he gets down to the 35-yard line. An important play for the Wildcats. DeRosa finally on the stop for the Raiders.
Brooks is like an out-of-control truck, a runaway truck as he goes through there. Picks up the first down yardage and then very close to going all the way. He's actually going to fall over his own guy right here as number 87 was riding him to the ground. But Brooks with a big first down gain. DeRosa was the guy that he finally tripped over. Timeout for the Red Raider, or for the Seymour Wildcats at the 35-yard line of the Derby Red Raiders, and they want to tie this game up. 1:29 left to go.
Today's coverage of the high school football game of the week is a presentation of Cable 10 Sports, Telemedia of Western Connecticut. It's intended solely for the viewing enjoyment of telemedia subscribers. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of Telemedia of Western Connecticut is prohibited. And a reminder that we'll be making our presentation of our Thomas Dodge Player of the Game at the end of this football game. We've got a lot of fine young men from both sides of the field already under consideration. It'll be first down for Seymour.
Eddie, it's interesting that the Wildcats have moved the football without throwing it so far in this 2-minute drill. We'll see if they choose to go to the air, but they've done it all on the ground.
Brooks again, and Brooks taking Derby defenders with him as Bill gets close to the 25-yard line. And again, Seymour on the football.
Brooks again just comes right up the middle, and he will just drag the red shirts forward. You see Karina trying to get rid of that one guy that's on his back, unable to do so, but Brooks very close to the first down. He's about a half a yard short. 2nd and short for Kelly.
At the 26, Kelly Throws downfield, has a receiver out there. It is broken up at the last moment. The intended receiver, Bartone, on the coverage for the Raiders, and it was intended for Sokolnicki in the left corner of the end zone.
You young guys, watch how Bartone comes from the center of the field and just gets there in time to knock the ball away from Sokolnicki. They rolled up the corner, allowed Bartone just to come off the hash. He does an excellent job in preventing the reception. It's a 3rd and short.
3rd and short. It was like a free down anyway. But of course, the clock is a big factor now. They give it to Brooks. Brooks straight ahead. He appears to have the first down. We've got 1 minute and 1 tick showing on the scoreboard clock here at Derby. Left to go in this first half.
And the clock is official as you see Brooks just come to the left side over the guard on his left side. That's Serwich and Karina's side, and he just gets that first down yardage.
Football is at the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 for Seymour. On the option, the sophomore quarterback takes it himself, and he's gotten out of bounds. A key play for the Wildcats, stopping the clock, and good yardage on the play by the sophomore.
They have done an outstanding job in running the option. Brooks, who they've handed the ball off, comes inside. People have to respect that. It allows Kelly to get outside. They're not really pitching the football. They're allowing Kelly to turn and get up into the outbound or the boundary marker, and excellent yardage is their 2nd and short right here with about 38 seconds left to go.
And the football marked at the 17-yard line. Seymour seeking to knot this football game again. Goulet goes in motion on a little bit of scissors. That is the senior and the captain, Mark Primavera, taking it inside the 10-yard line. Bartone on the stop for Derby.
I think Primavera slipped as he tried to cut away from Bartone. We'll see on the scissors route again. Brooks goes away. Primavera comes back, that back side of the line, and you see Primavera actually slip down, trying to get away from Bartone. Another timeout by the Wildcats. Good job by Anderson and DeVillis pulling and coming around the corner, opening that hole for Mark Primavera.
This is one of the things that Coach Sponheimer wanted out of his team, to maintain some offensive drives, and he has one right now that's taking off a huge chunk of this second quarter, and if it results in some points, it'll be a very positive development for his youthful Cats.
And I'm really concerned that if they don't get any points, that this will be a moral defeat for them. They move the ball, but they need to get a touchdown or a field goal out of this. They have been able to take this drive right down the field. They don't want to walk away from this without something on the board. Positive.
Agreed.
Especially for this football team that is 0-2 and really has to be looking at themselves, wondering how good they really are. And this would be interesting to see how they handle this last 31 seconds and, again, the beginning of the second half.
Okay, 1st and goal at the 9. Seymour spreads it out.
Seymour has 1 timeout available.
Primavera to the 5, and the captain is taken down there by Gregorio. Fine tackle by Jim Gregorio in at linebacker for the Raiders. Again, Seymour
just
on the football.
Straight ahead blast to Primavera. He picks up good yardage right at the 5. Seymour ready to go.
Kelly fires for the end zone to Sokolnicki. What to basically maybe to stop the clock?
Stop the clock, certainly. Downs are not important right now. The clock is. They've got 1 timeout. They don't want to burn it just in case they want to go for that field goal at the 5-yard line. They've got to play right here at 3rd down, and they've 5 yards away. It'll be an interesting call. We would think about pass, but with Brooks and the ability of Brooks to run the football, they just may give it to him or come back with the scissors using Brooks to fake away and try and get Primavera into the end zone. Interesting call.
3rd and goal at the 5. 12 ticks remaining in the first half. Offset I formation, and Goulet goes in motion. And the give is to Billy Brooks, and the captain has brought the football into the end zone. What supreme confidence in your offense to run a running play in that situation.
Brooks is just going to come off tackles. They put him in an offset. He breaks a tackle right there and then just leaps across the goal line for the touchdown. And that is a great, great drive by the Wildcats as they use that 2-minute drill to perfection. They have left the Red Raiders with 6 seconds here in this first half. And the all-important extra point to tie this game at 14 for Seymour.
It'll be Schultz attempting to tie it again.
Right down the middle.
We are tied. On that touchdown, by the way, Buddy, Brooks was actually hit in the backfield and spun away from a tackle, got out of that tackle, and got into the end zone. And you mentioned it's very important for Seymour to score after marching down the field, and they did just that with 6 ticks remaining on the clock in the first half. Anyone's football game.
We said that from the outset that certainly it is. I know the Wildcats really have strong motivation for winning this football game. They certainly have played the better of the two football teams to get here, being 0-2. But that doesn't matter when you get out on the field. It's not who you played, it's what you're going to do for me this week. And the Derby Red Raiders are meeting a strong challenge from a very good 0-2 Seymour Wildcat football team.
Well, also what we saw in that last drive points out one of the concerns that Coach DeCenzo has had about his defense.
That was done mostly on the ground. The Wildcats were able to take the football and really run it right down the throats of that interior front of the Derby Red Raiders. They did not throw the football. They just ran it and were able to move the football right down in the 2-minute drill. So we'll see what the Seymour Wildcats do in coming out in the second half, whether they choose to go right back at the Derby front and how the Derby defense handles it.
Schultz kicks it short. Taken by one of the up backs. That's Ferrigno with the football. Ferrigno brings the football back to the 34-yard line, but that'll conclude matters here in the first half at beautiful Ryan Field in Derby. Our halftime score is Derby 14 and Seymour 14. We'll be back with halftime activities right after these words. Out in the center of the field, the Seymour High School Pom-Pom girls along with the twirlers and the color guard. halftime activities concluded with the Derby Pom-Pom girls entertaining. We're at halftime, and the score is Derby 14, Seymour 14. We'll be back with the second half kickoff right after these words. Welcome back, everyone, for second half action here at Ryan Field in Derby, this important Housatonic and Intra-Valley matchup between Seymour and Derby. Derby will be kicking it off. We're tied 14 all. Mark Primavera, and Primavera advances the football out to the 45-yard line. So the Wildcats will enjoy great field position to start the second half.
Excellent return by Mark Primavera, giving the Seymour Wildcats that great field position. They just took the ball 80 yards in a 2-minute drill, capped off by Bill Brooks' 5-yard run with 6 seconds left to go in that second quarter. We'll see how the Seymour Wildcats choose to attack Derby right away. They had a great success just running right at him with Brooks and running the option with Kelly.
First down for the Wildcats as we get the first play from scrimmage underway. Primavera guarding the football. The senior slides into Derby territory at the 49, taken down by Bartone.
Pick up a 5, second and 5.
Seymour went unbalanced that time, and they came back away from the unbalance with Primavera for good yardage. 5 yards on that first down carry before Bartone tripped him up. The Wildcats are moving the football on the ground.
Sokolnicki along with Salzano to the top part of your screen. Second and short, 2nd and 4. Play action. Kelly is going to throw the football, has a receiver out there. It is caught. Billy Brooks on the reception, and Brooks takes the football inside the 40 to the 37. Again, the stop by Bartone.
Seymour is unbalanced. Goulet is playing tight end to this near side, but they're unbalanced away. Brooks just comes out of the backfield. They hit him on a little turnout pass for big yardage, and the Wildcats are now down inside that 40-yard line, moving the football very well as the second half has begun.
Sokolnicki and Salzano out to the left side.
They're unbalanced to this side of the field.
Primavera sliding inside the 35-yard line to about the 34. Carlos Ortiz on the tackle for Derby.
Looks like number 75 is going to get a piece of this tackle. You see him coming from the outside, just grabbing and pulling to the ground. The ball carrier, Mark Primavera.
That's Leo Winter.
Winter, who's checked into this defensive group. Second down, but again, a good first down yardage carry by Mark Primavera for 5 yards.
Second down for Seymour. They've taken the second half kickoff, methodically moving the football. Option, a loose ball, and a scramble for the football.
Seymour's going to hold on to it. This time, Derby came with the pitch from Kelly to Primavera. The ball was a little bit behind him. Mark had to struggle to get back to the football. He will cover it. Watch now, for the first time, they put someone on the quarterback. Right here from the outside comes Patke, and he forces the turnover. Kelly tries to get rid of it. Primavera able to cover it, but it'll bring up a 3rd and 11 for the Wildcats.
Football now marked at the 39-yard line, as Buddy said, 3rd and 11.
That time Seymour balanced up, and they'll go back to they're unbalanced to this near side again.
High formation for Seymour, 2 wideouts to the left side. Derby shows blitz, and Kelly's rolling, loses his balance, and he's going to be dropped for a loss at the 46-yard line.
Ferrigno was the first in on the tackle, number 88. They come out the outside, little bit of an outside bootleg. You see 88 Ferrigno stop him before the Derby Red Raiders wrap up Chris Kelly there. Brings up a 4th and a punting situation on this first possession of the second half for the Derby Wildcat, or the Seymour Wildcats. The turnover on the pitch hurt them, forcing this punt situation.
High snap from center, but Schultz is going to get it off. Bouncing around the 20-yard line and inside the 20, where Derby will take over the football with a break in the action. Let's take this timeout. Welcome back, everyone. There you see the football as we see the line of scrimmage. The football marked at the 18-yard line. Seymour's punted the football away to Derby, tied at 14. And Roman Getting outside is Dave Enrollman on the near sidelines and on an angle, and the tackle, Dave Sokolnicki had the angle and made the tackle, but not before Enrollman has taken the football up to the 40-yard line.
And Roman will just get outside of Billy Brooks's reach there, and then it is all highway and grass as he gets down the field before Sokolnicki will drive him out of bounds. But a big 20-yard pickup by Dave Roman on the first carry of the second half for the Derby Red Raiders.
Ball spotted at the 39. Wing T look, and Roman in motion. Potke is the ball carrier. We have got flags on the play. Procedural penalty against Derby. They'll kick the football back 5 yards.
Flag on the play.
Derby Red Raiders have hurt themselves with penalties here this morning. Uncharacteristic of the Derby football team, and it has put their offense back 5 more. As Eddie just said, it's 1st and 15, and they are at the 34, their own 34-yard line in their first possession in the second half, and they need to do something positive with that offense. Seymour Wildcats have had an excellent couple of drives here, ending the first half and then beginning this second half.
Lucarelli this time goes in motion. Bartone back to throw as a receiver out there. It is picked off. That's Primavera coming up with the football in Derby territory. And there's a flag, however, back at the line of scrimmage.
I think it's going to be against the Derby Red Raiders. Primavera just took the ball right out of the hands of Don Shepard for the interception. There is the throw. Primavera is all over him before the ball got there, but the receiver unable to hold it, and the ball pops up right into Mark Primavera's hands. The Seymour Wildcats will refuse the penalty. They're going to take the ball over. As you see Charlie DeCenzo there, very concerned now as the Wildcats have the ball on his 42-yard line.
So Primavera gets credit for that interception.
Got a little help on that one also, but we're ready to play, and it counts.
Fans are not too happy on this side of the field. 43-yard line is the line of scrimmage. It's the Derby 43. Let's see what Seymour does. 1st and 10. Brooks for just a pair as the Raider defense stiffens up. Check that Primavera on the carry. Gain of 1 on the play. Marco Brito on the tackle for the Raiders.
Straight ahead by Mark Primavera as Billy Brooks tries to kick out. And you see he is wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage, picked up about a yard. Seymour with this no-huddle offense is ready to go, and they are about 9 yards away from a first down.
Split backs this time for Coach Paul Sponheimer's team as Goulet goes in motion on 2nd down. And a scissors action. That's Primavera trying to get outside. A great tackle. Dave Enrollman from his defensive halfback spot came up and knifed under Primavera.
And Roman had a while to watch this one as it takes a long time to develop. He saw Primavera coming back on the scissors as Primavera tried to get outside, and Roman takes a great angle, and you see that was also a great tackle, knocking Primavera to the ground for a loss of about 2. Brings up a big 3rd and 11 after the turnover. Now the Wildcats see if they can do something with it as they go to a pro look for the first time this afternoon.
3rd and long. They fake the scissors. Kelly throws out and completes it. That's Brooks for the first down. I do believe Billy Brooks has gotten the football down in the vicinity of the 30-yard line. Fine play by the Seymour Wildcats.
Brooks will just come right from his fullback spot into the flat. He outruns the linebackers for the first down. Great call by Bobby Kello as they get that big first down on a 3rd and 11. They're at the 30-yard line. They are knocking at the door. About 5 minutes and 47 seconds left to go in this 3rd quarter.
And, Buddy, you're the coach. I believe Seymour's unbalanced to the left side.
Again.
First down at the 30. Wideouts to the left side. Brooks guarding the football. The captain advances the football 3 yards to the 27.
Seymour did not show the unbalanced in the first half. They have come out now and forced Derby to adjust to it on the field. as they just come back straight ahead to Billy Brooks to the short side of that unbalanced formation. And they've been mixing it up very well, coming unbalanced and then going back to the balanced look and forcing Derby to adjust every play on defense to the different looks that the Wildcats are presenting them. Again, they come back to that unbalanced to this near side.
Ball is at the 27. 2nd and 7 for Seymour. Knocking on the door. Offset I formation. On the option, Primavera. Mark Primavera getting close to the yardage for the first down as Mark gets it inside the 15-yard line.
Great job this time putting Brooks again to the short side, faking him straight ahead, and then coming outside with the option. Kelly just pitching the ball. There was no one on the pitch. Allowed Primavera to turn the corner for another big first down as they are moving close to that Derby goal line.
John Potke on the tackle, co-captain for the Derby Red Raiders. Line of scrimmage actually the 18-yard line. First down for the Cats. Offset I, that's Brooks, the fullback. Primavera off the left side. The captain slides off the left side. Is that another flag? Bartone on the tackle for Derby.
That one is going to move Seymour back, either a hold or a clip. You see the holding call. They come again to the long side this time on a little crossbuck action. Bartone there with the tackle, but the holding penalty occurred in the interior of the line, and you see the Wildcats are backing themselves up already. They know that it's going to cost them 10 yards. It'll bring up a 1st and 20 for the Seymour offense. The illegal use of the hands, and again, a mistake at a critical time puts that offense in difficulty as they have a long way to go here to make that first down yardage.
1st and 20. And the football resting now at the 29-yard line.
They have established a great rhythm here, and the offensive formations, I think, are giving Derby a problem.
Seymour back to their regular offensive set. Kelly wants to throw as a receiver out there. Incomplete off Salzano's hands at the 10-yard line.
Salzano broke between Shepard and Bartone there, and Roman and Shepard, 48 and 34. You see the ball just tip off his fingertips, but he was in between both of them, and Kelly hit him right on the hands. Tough catch, but it was catchable.
2nd and 20 at the 29. Split back. Sokolnicki out to the left side. Salzano and Goulet out to the right. Kelly, an out pattern. He completes it. That's Goulet. And Goulet picks up about 8-9 yards on the play. Shepard on the tackle for Derby.
Salzano came down and ran the post. Goulet just comes from his inside receiver position to the outside, makes a great catch. Shepard there on the tackle. It'll bring up a 3rd and about 11 again. Last time they went to Brooks right out of the backfield. We'll see what they do here on a big 3rd down. It's 4-down territory, so Seymour's going to have 2 cracks at it as they come to the open look or their spread look. They balanced up on the line of scrimmage.
Line of scrimmage now is the 21 of Derby. Timeout for Derby, and that allows us to go to our 3rd quarter feature, Coach's Tips, with Buddy Chernovitz. And Buddy will be discussing and demonstrating and talking about neck ISOs.
Very important part of a football player is the head area. And an injury of serious nature is caused with the head area, and so it's very important that the neck and the head are protected and worked on every day. We do a very simple neck ISO every day at practice to strengthen that neck area. One individual is down on the ground, and we will apply pressure to his head, enough pressure so that there is resistance. The individual will then push up so that he creates an isometric for about 6 seconds. The second, we will put our hands under the helmet, and the individual will push down while his partner is pulling up, again creating that isometric for about 6 seconds. And then we'll do it to the right and also to the left for 6 seconds every single day. The 2 individuals will reverse so that the other person can get an opportunity to work that, but it's important to strengthen that neck and to have a strong neck in order to play football. We'll see you next week.
Welcome back, everyone. Late stages of the third quarter here at Ryan Field. We're tied at 14 all. Seymour with the third and long at the 21. Primavera straight up the middle, and the captain has gotten the football to the 10. I don't believe he's made that first down. He'll make a very interesting call for the Seymour coaching staff. Ferrigno on the tackle.
Great call. Derby took the timeout, I think, to adjust their secondary, and then Primavera just comes back on the scissors with excellent running room as he is very close to that first down yardage. And it will be an interesting call whether Seymour goes for the first down or the field goal. They've made the choice. They're going for the first down here, and they're going to take a timeout also and talk it over.
Timeout, Seymour.
We have 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Derby 14, Seymour 14, and Buddy, since Seymour went off on that 80-yard touchdown march late in the second quarter and scored with 6 seconds left, they pretty much have dominated this football game.
Offensively, they've been able to control the football. They've had the turnover, the interception by Primavera, which has helped them, but they have been able to control the line of scrimmage. And there you see in your picture, head coach at Derby for many, many years, Lou DeFlippo and his lovely wife to his left. He started probably the legend of Derby football. He brought Derby football back into prominence. He has been a great gentleman and a follower of football, and certainly is here every week when the Derby Red Raiders play, watching and following his old football team.
Fourth down, about 1.5 yards to go. Primavera, I don't believe he's made it. Primavera. The Derby players are indicating that Ken Lyman on the initial hit on the big play for Derby, and Derby has held on downs.
That's a big defensive stand, obviously, for the Red Raiders. Primavera tries to get back off tackle. He runs into a lot of people before he gets to the line of scrimmage. He needed about 1.5 yards, unable to get it, and Derby right now taking over on their own 10-yard line, stopping that drive of the Seymour Wildcats.
So let's see what the Derby Red Raiders for Coach Charlie DeCenzo will do at this point. First down, the pitch. That is Enroman. Enroman cuts it back now across the game. Pop there as he gets close to the 20-yard line on a fine effort. Brooks, along with Goulet and Jacob Ray, Primavera, all in on the stop.
Coming with the pitch to the outside, Brooks is going to get walled in, and then Enroman does a good job just open field, breaking or running, trying to get up to the first down yardage. He's very close on a big first down carry by Dave Enroman, who has had an outstanding afternoon here for the Red Raiders carrying the football.
2nd and 2 from the 18. They give it to the fullback, Potke, and Potke picks up the first down as he's taken out of bounds by Ray.
Potke on the belly off tackle before Ray wraps him up. He'll get the first down yardage. 77 looks like there. George Hay pulling to the corner, springing Potke for the necessary yardage, and that first down at about the 24.5, 25-yard line of the Derby Red Raiders. We're very close to ending this third period of football with a 14-14 tie here.
First down. They try Potke again, and Potke gets about 2 to 3 yards on the first down carry.
By the right side of the Seymour line. We're going to pay second down.
Football at the 27-yard line. Just about a minute left to go with the clock running here in the third quarter. Beautiful Ryan Field, beautiful day for high school football. First weekend of fall. This is our third weekend of the Scholastic football season. Telemedia Sports. Bartone has a receiver out there. It is bobbled and ruled incomplete.
Ferrigno had the catch. He lost it. It bobbled up into his hands, and as he lost it, Keith Goulet will hit him. You'll watch now as the ball looks like it's completed, bobbled up in the air, and then Keith Goulet just drills him from behind. Great job on coverage by Keith Goulet, but that one should have been caught by Ferrigno. It's a big third down here for the Red Raiders, and they need a first down. They need to give their defense a little bit of a rest as the Seymour Wildcats offense has really dominated this third quarter.
Great camera work too, buddy, on our replay. Bartone is whacked and brought down for a loss. First to get to him is Stramello. Running the football in to the end zone is Carina, but I believe that play has been ruled dead. Stramello whacking Bartone.
Bartone just does not have an opportunity to get rid of the football. Watch number 19 just take Bartone right in the chest. Carina comes. Ball is into Carina's hands. He will pick it up and run, but it is going to be ruled dead at the spot. The Red Raiders now are forced to punt here with 14 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Seymour is going to enjoy excellent field position if everything goes as it should. Primavera back along with Solkanicki and Ray to receive the punt of Mr. Bartone, who does everything for the Derby Red Raiders. We've got an end to this third quarter, and Derby will punt the ball when we come back.
We played 3 quarters here, Ryan. Derby 14, Seymour 14. We're back to begin matters here in the fourth quarter. The situation is this. Derby has a 4th down coming up, 4th and 15. They're going to punt the football away. Line of scrimmage is the 19. See if they come after Bartone. Bartone is the Derby punters. Calmly stays in there and gets it off. And Primavera is going to watch the football roll out of bounds at the Seymour 45-yard line.
Great punt because there is no return on that, and I think Derby got all he could possibly get on that punt without the return. Seymour now 55 yards away from taking the lead in this football game as we begin the fourth quarter at their own 45-yard line. The Derby Red Raiders now have got to be able to adjust to the different formations that the Wildcats are showing them. They're coming unbalanced, and then they're balancing up. Right now they're back to their balanced spread look, and we'll see what they choose to do as they've been very successful on the ground.
First down, Seymour in the offset I formation from the 45. Kelly looking to throw. Has a receiver out there. Salzano went for the pass, dove. It's ruled incomplete. Right over the middle. Incompleted pass. 2nd and 10 for Seymour.
And Roman on coverage that time. We could not see whether Salzano held it. Obviously, the referee ruled that he did not. Fake inside. Brooks trying to hold the linebackers. Kelly steps up, throws a bullet right down the field. Salzano goes down in his hands, but as he hits the ground, you see the ball out and on the ground. Good call, and it is 2nd and 10 for Seymour.
Can't escape our cameras on the replay, instant replay. 2nd and 10 at the 45.
And that one's got to be against Seymour because Derby did not move.
Illegal procedure against Seymour, 5-yard penalty.
So the Wildcats are assessed 5 yards. And a 2nd and 15 coming up. The football resting at the Seymour 40-yard line. Next weekend, we travel to Naugatuck's Veterans Field for a Naugatuck Valley League encounter. It'll be the Walcott Eagles invading Naugatuck to face the Greyhounds. Second and 15. Brooks the fullback. Primavera is the tailback. Kelly throwing incomplete to the fullback Brooks at the 45. Brito on the coverage, bringing up a 3rd and 15.
Ball was a little bit behind Billy Brooks, or I think he would have had that one. Brito was right there, but the ball, if it was thrown ahead of Billy Brooks, I think he's going to catch it. You see Anderson knock down one of the Derby players as he was trying to get. Ball is just a little behind Billy Brooks, although not a badly thrown football by Chris Kelly. It's a big 3rd and 15 now for Seymour.
2 wideouts to the near side. And Kelly looking to throw. screening it. That's Brooks. And Brooks will be brought down. The Derby defense, excellent contain. Ferrigno on the tackle. They had to play. The screen smelled out.
Shepard is going to get credit now, I think, for really stopping this. He forces Brooks to slow down. You watch 34 get a hand on him right there and allows the other tacklers finally by Ferrigno to make the stop. But got to give Shepard some credit as he limped off the field after that tackle for slowing down Billy Brooks and allowing Ferrigno to get to the tackle. It's 4th down here. Derby will get the ball back with pretty good field position.
Schultz to punt it away. High punt, good punt, fair catch. Don Shepard on the fair catch call at the 32-yard line, where the Derby Red Raiders will put the football in play.
I said Shepard lipped off the field. He did, then he ran right back on to catch the punt. It's tough to keep these young men off the field in this game. It is a crucial football game, a big game here in the Valley, and both teams obviously want a W.
Well, you're right on the sidelines. Shepard is down.
Yeah, he's got a cramp in that leg. He came back just to get the punt, and now he's back out on the sidelines, administered to by the training staff.
First down, and Enrollment running the football for Derby out to the 37-yard line. Carina on the tackle for the Cats.
Ben Bartone does a great job executing his fakes after he gives the ball off to Enrollment, because 3 or 4 Seymour players were still after him after he gave the ball off. Watch Bartone. As he gives the ball off, he will continue, and there are a number of Seymour players that play him as Enrollment goes to the far side for pretty good yardage, about 6 yards on that carry.
2nd and 4 at the 37. They give it to Potke, and he is snowed under. Brian Foster first to get him from his linebacker spot. Brian is a 5'7", 164-pound senior.
He's a tough 164-pounder, believe me. He does an excellent job inside along with Zulo and Salzano as that linebacking crew, and they have a lot of room to move because of DeVillis and Carina inside, keeping people off them, and it brings up a big 3rd down here for the Derby Red Raiders. They need to keep the football and keep this drive going.
Line of scrimmage is the 38. They give it to the bread and butter back, and that is Mr. Enrollment. And Enrollment picks up the first down at the 45, taken down there by Primavera.
Derby will come outside. Both guards that time pulled for Derby. You see Hay coming around the corner. Gregorio also. They pin Brooks inside, allowing Enrollment to get out to the corner for the first down right at the 45-yard line. As you look at those pretty Derby cheerleaders, they want to get something going here for the Red Raiders. We're about 9 minutes and 23 seconds away from an end to this game, and somebody's got to get a touchdown.
And Roman trying the same side and stopped after a short pickup. The credit to Jeff Stramello, stuck along with Foster on the play.
Foster's going to come like a bullet right through. He will miss the tackle right here. He comes right by Enrollment, but he forces Enrollment wide, allowing Stramello and company to make the tackle for no gain. It'll bring up a 2nd down for the Red Raiders. They are at their own 46-yard line. They have not thrown the ball a great deal in this second half, and we'll see if they choose to open it up a little bit, as they are unbalanced themselves here to the near side.
Bartone looking to throw. Has a receiver out there. It is dropped by Ferrigno. Ferrigno almost made a nice catch on the play.
Ferrigno just pushed and kept Goulet from getting to the ball, and then Goulet went up with a great defensive play. Ferrigno plays that defense extremely well. As you'll see, he stops and prevents Goulet from getting to him and allows the ball to come over his shoulder, giving right there. Ferrigno plays off Goulet and then tried to extend for the reception, could not get it. Nice job by Ferrigno and Keith Goulet on that play for Derby and Seymour.
3rd and 10 coming up for the Red Raiders at their 45-yard line. Derby 14, Seymour 14.
I think that is an equipment move or an injury, so there will not be a charged timeout as Ferrigno has to come off the field. He has a little bit of a cut, and they referees wanted to make sure there was nothing seriously wrong as Derby is back to the unbalanced again. They've got a trips look to the far side.
McMahon at tight end, spelling Ferrigno. Bartone under a little bit of trouble. Gets the pass out there as a receiver out there. Batted down. What a defensive gem by Sokolnicki.
Sokolnicki just got an extension at the last second on the throw. Bartone avoids the sack and does get the ball off as there was a lot of pressure on him. Watch number 12, Sokolnicki, there with the hand, knocking the football down, preventing the reception, and forcing the Red Raiders to punt. As you see right there, Ferrigno being worked on the sidelines, trying to get him back into the football game.
Ben Bartone sails the punt, and Mark Primavera, the other end, wisely calls for that fair catch. And the Cats will have the football back again. And we've got a break in the action in this fourth quarter. And let's go to our fourth quarter feature with Larry Griffin. And it is referee quiz time.
The referee gives the following signal. Is it intentional grounding, illegal shift, or illegal participation? We'll be back after these messages with the answer. What call did you make? If you said intentional grounding, you made the right call.
We're back, everyone. Well, how many of you viewers knew that that was intentional grounding? We haven't seen that called too often this year. I don't believe we've seen it.
Not yet. We have seen the others, but not intentional grounding.
First down for the Cats after the Derby punt. Primavera straight ahead for a pair. Brito from his backer spot on the tackle.
Straight ahead blast play to Primavera. Brooks leading him over the left side. That's Anderson and DeVillis' side as they try and get positive yardage. He picks up about a yard. Second down for the Wildcats here. 7:38 left to go in this football game. A great game.
Football at the 28-yard line of Seymour.
Seymour back to the spread, and they move Brooks to this near side to the open look.
Play action. They fake it to Primavera. Primavera gets the pass in return from Kelly, and he is taken down for a loss on the play by the Raider defense, led by the Raider himself, Rich Lord.
Somebody just misses number 81, Rich Lord, because there were three Seymour players to the outside. As Primavera sets up outside, Lord just comes through three Seymour blockers to make the play, and the loss on the play on the attempted screen to Mark Primavera. It's a 3rd and long for Seymour.
Now the ball back, Buddy, at the 25-yard line of the Cats. 3rd and 11. See what they do with Goulet going in motion. Scissors action, that is Primavera. Nothing doing. Ferrigno, first to get his helmet in there.
Jimmy Mascola, you just saw on the sidelines working with Ferrigno, got him back into the football game. Ferrigno comes up with a big play on the scissors. They have gone to the well an awful lot with this scissors. Derby this time ready for it, and Seymour now is going to be forced to punt the ball back to the Red Raiders. And I think you're going to see Ferrigno come out and get a little more work, as that cut was a little deeper, I think, than just a little bit of touching up is going to do.
Schultz kicks it, punts it away, and the fair catch by Enrollment. And the Raiders now enjoy some pretty good field position at the 49-yard line. Keep in mind one thing: if the Raiders can get a drive going, they've got number 35 for the Raiders, Marco Brito, that can kick a field goal in this game.
And the fans now, they are trying, the players on the sidelines are trying to get their fans up to get them with 6:03 left to go. A little bit of momentum as they go unbalanced to that near side, far side of the field.
Enrollment goes in motion. They give to Enrollment. Enrollment picking his way through the Seymour defense, gets it down to the 46-yard line.
Here is where the Derby Red Raiders come to life near the end of the football game. When the game is on the line, they seem to have a way of just getting and doing what is necessary. It's going to be important right now for the Wildcat defense to make a stand and to get that ball back into the hands of their offense.
Lord checks in. 2nd and 5 at the 46 of Seymour. Enrollment this time tripped up in the backfield. A loss on the play. First to get to him is Stramello.
You look across at the Seymour side of the field, and their fans also are exhorting their players to get into this football game defensively. Eddie keeps pointing to the scoreboard as Stramello right there on the tackle. We don't want to talk about overtime, but it is a definite possibility here as both of these football teams unable to get a point in the second half.
And very frankly, buddy, I don't wish this on these coaches. I really don't. Third down, Bartone back to throw. It is picked off by Sokolnicki. David Sokolnicki dove for the football and came up with it at the 35.
That is a great defensive series for Seymour. Sokolnicki will come and intercept a very poorly thrown ball by Ben Bartone. Sokolnicki is really the closest guy there. Someone either missed the pattern or Bartone just tried to throw the ball away, but Sokolnicki comes up with the interception. The Wildcats now have the football and their offense back on the field.
Buddy, do you get the feeling we have parity in Valley football?
This is a great game. This is high school football at its best.
First and 10 from the 33. Primavera, the senior, off the left side, and Mark advances it to the 36-yard line. The tough going inside. The Derby defense stiffens.
Primavera again coming over Anderson and DeVillis with Brooks leading, running the blast play, just trying to get some positive yardage. He picks up 2, and I don't mean to slight anyone else, Eddie. We've had 4 great games. This is great high school football, and you fans have to feel fortunate that you've been able to see some great high school football in the first 3 weeks of the season.
Second down, 2nd and 8 at the 36. Kelly wants to put it up, a fly pattern, downfield, it is almost picked off by the Raiders.
Sokolnicki had it, and then Bartone just stripped the football from him. Fly pattern right down, again Bartone coming off the hash. Sokolnicki puts it up, or excuse me, Kelly puts it up. It looked like Sokolnicki had it, and then Bartone just took the ball out of his hands, almost came up with the interception and brought a big third down here for Seymour. They've run the scissors. They tried to get the ball to Brooks into the flat. We'll see what they choose to do here on 3rd and about 9. 3:41 left to go.
Bartone has intercepted some footballs in his day too here because he started in the secondary last year. Excellent reader of plays. Kelly throws it out, complete and out of bounds on the far side of the field to David Sokolnicki.
Great throw from Chris Kelly as Sokolnicki just turns at the down marker, about a yard past the down marker, takes the football, gets both feet in bounds, picks up a critical first down for the Seymour Wildcats. They are at the 45.5-yard line. Both teams have 2 timeouts here in this 4th quarter.
First down for Seymour. On the option, they go to Jacob Ray in a tailback. Ray at the 40, the 35, and down the near sidelines before he's bumped out of bounds inside the 30-yard line by Bartone. Jacob Ray, who came in a tailback on the option.
Bartone has not gotten up after that tackle. As you see there, he hit Jacob Ray, knocking him out of bounds at the 30. They come on the option. Look at the block there by number 66, who just turns the end inward. That's DeVillis allowing Ray to get down the sidelines. Bartone will hit him right at the 30-yard line, knocks him out of bounds, and we have a timeout while they administer to Ben Bartone. As you see him right there, he's back up and back out into the play. This very little is going to keep anyone out of that huddle if they can play in this football game. 3:26 left to go, and now we certainly have to talk about the possibility of a field goal for the Wildcats as they are down inside the 30 with a very good kicker.
Well,
Mr. Schultz has the ability to get the ball through the crossbar.
A few minutes ago, we were speculating about Brito, and now the other way with the Wildcats on the prowl. We speculate that they have in Schultz, a young man who's very capable of kicking for 3. Brooks inside as the big fullback barrels for about 4 yards on the play. The Wildcats do not want to make a mistake now.
Brooks just comes straight ahead. They're trying to break him in the middle as they've done in the past. Backside guard, that's Anderson trapping at the line of scrimmage. Brooks gets about 3 yards. The Derby Red Raiders now, their backs against the wall, and they've got to come up with a big defensive play themselves, or the Seymour Wildcats may take a W out of Ryan Field.
Just under 3 minutes in the fourth quarter, tied at 14-all. Telemedia Sports. Second down. On the option, Kelly running the football, cutting it back in, was Chris Kelly, and I believe he's picked up a first down at about the 20-yard line. The 15 make it. Chris Kelly, first down, and Roman takes him down there.
Derby is going to take Billy Brooks down, a fake. They tackle him right there. Kelly keeps the football on the option as he's done all day, gets outside, does not pitch it, gets positive yardage, the first down, inside the 20 to about the 16-yard line. Plenty of time left here in this game. 2:30 left to go, and the Seymour Wildcats have a great drive going.
First down. They give it to Jacob Ray, the sophomore tailback, and Ray guards the football as he gets close to the 10-yard line.
Ray in for Primavera, runs the blast behind Billy Brooks, gets up in the middle, picks up about 4 to 5 yards for the first down carry. A big carry for Billy, or for Jacob Ray. As you see Bobby Kello and Coach Sponheimer right there. Bobby Kello signaling in the plays. Coach Sponheimer talking to that offensive line. There you see Charlie DeCenzo, obviously concerned right now with this drive by the Wildcats.
Just outside the 10-yard line, and a 2nd and 6 for the Cats. Time running down here in the fourth quarter. Brooks to the 5-yard line, and Brooks spins into the end zone. Seymour has untied it again. They've gone in for the score. The captain, Billy Brooks, from 11 yards out.
That's the third touchdown by Billy Brooks. This one 11 yards, capping a drive that started at the 50-yard line. Just a quick inside handoff. Brooks follows his blockers. He breaks tackles. He is in the end zone. The Seymour Wildcats enjoy a 20-14 lead here with 2 minutes, 1 minute and 58 ticks left on the clock. The Derby Red Raiders are going to have to get that 2-minute offense into gear if they want to tie this game up. Schultz
On the extra point, it is wide of the mark, wide to the left side. It is no good. With 1 minute, 58 ticks left here in the football game, it is now Seymour 20 and Derby 14.
Ball is spotted down, and then Schultz just misses it to the left. You'll see the ball go outside the crossbar to the left. Seymour with a 6-point lead. The Derby Red Raiders have 1 minute and 58 seconds to get down the field and at least get a touchdown, the extra point to win here. But the Wildcats right now, 0-2 coming in, want this game. We'll see how much they want it, but I think the Derby Red Raiders are going to face a major challenge to get that offense into the end zone. The Seymour Wildcats have come out here in the second half and pretty much dominated the offensive side. They have moved the football. 1 touchdown is all they've been able to gather, but they have been in control here in the third and fourth quarter. Their defense has played extremely well, and the Derby Red Raiders are facing a major challenge if they want to score and tie this game or win it.
That's the official time, 1 minute, 58 seconds, and Schultz booms it. Enrollment. And Primavera is first to get to enrollment at the 24, Mark Primavera. So the Derby Red Raiders literally with a 2-minute offense.
And Roman takes the ball at his 10 and then just comes up the field and will break to this side. You see Stramello hold his ground, and then Primavera right there wraps up, and Roman gets help right at the 25-yard line. Here come the Red Raiders.
1st and 10 for Derby. They've got the offense to move it downfield. That is Dave and Roman trying to get outside, and he's going to be shirt tackled down there. Big defensive play. Chris Zullo.
Zullo comes to the outside with Ian Roman. He will drag him to the ground. See 53 grab his jersey and just wrestle him to the turf. Brings up a big 2nd down now and about 7 as the clock tells everything here at Ryan Field.
2nd and 7 for the Raiders. Bartone back to throw. Good protection. Looks over the middle. Has a receiver out there. Incomplete. Just in front of us. Close to midfield. Sokolnicki on the coverage for Igno, the tight end, the intended receiver. 3rd and 7 for Derby.
Bartone will roll and try and throw the ball down the middle. He has good protection. Ball is out of the reach of his intended receiver. Good coverage by Sokolnicki. Third down, 7 yards. 59 seconds left to go here. It's a 2-down territory now at this point in the football game for Derby.
Line of scrimmage is the 28. We're down to 59 seconds to play. Bartone under a rush. Bartone is brought down. Stramello. Jeff Stramello, the 5'9", 165-pound senior defensive end. And, Buddy, in all this excitement, don't want to forget the fact that, again, spotting for us the third successive week, Chet Zielinski.
And Chet has got to be happy with this one as Stramello comes off his defensive end position. Nobody really blocks him. He pulls Bartone to the ground. The Derby Red Raiders have taken a timeout. It is fourth, and the game is on the line for Derby. They must come up with 15 yards here on this 4th and 15 as Coach DeCenzo right there talking to his football team. The Derby Red Raiders have met a very fine Seymour Wildcat football team, and if they were thinking that this Seymour team was 0-2 and that they were going to play as an 0-2 team, that may be one of the reasons that the Red Raiders now are down by 6 points, because this Seymour football team has played 3 quality teams in their first 3 games, and for a couple of plays they could go out of here 3-0 instead of possibly 1-2.
No, but I believe, Buddy, really that Derby and Coach DeCenzo, they had all the respect in the world for Seymour coming in. They feared Derby. They feared Seymour, rather, and right now the Raiders, as you said, they're down to one final play, perhaps 4th and 14. The football at the 21-yard line, and 45 seconds remaining. The Raiders down by 6. And Seymour in a true prevent defense. 4th down. Bartone with trips to the left side. Ben unleashes the pass underneath. It is deflected. It is caught. It might be a first down on the deflection. And Roman, the receiver, and it might depend on the spot, although I think he's made it. He did.
He's got it as Bartone comes out. There is going to be a deflection right here. It goes right through the hands of, I think, Ray. I'm not positive. And then into the hands of Roman for a first down. The Red Raiders are still alive. 37 ticks on the clock.
Clock running. Then Bartone's going to try the other side. Winds up, throws it downfield. Incomplete. Shepard was down there, but triple coverage. Goulet, Sokolnicki, Primavera all around the football. 28 ticks remaining. There you see it.
Derby is going to have 3 more downs to go for it here, but they're not going to be able to throw the ball deep, as Eddie just said. There are too many white jerseys around that football. That time they had 3 people deep, another man close to the football, and the Derby Red Raider receiver was not even close to where the ball went out of bounds.
So the football at the 35-yard line. 2nd and 10. Time running down. A screen set up. Ferrigno. Ferrigno is going to be hemmed in, brought down at the 44-yard line, and frantically Coach DeCenzo wants a timeout. Chris Zullo in the middle of the play defensively.
And that is going to be the last timeout, as you see Dickie Hildebrand signal that that's the final timeout for the Derby Red Raiders. The ball is right at the 44-yard line, and the Seymour Wildcats now, all they need is to really keep the Derby Red Raiders out of the end zone. There is only 16 seconds, probably enough for 2 plays if the Red Raiders can get on the ball right away. They will probably get a first down with a yard gain, stop the clock, and just give them an opportunity to maybe get off 2 plays, possibly 3 if they get the incompletion. But for them, it's down to 1, 2, or possibly 3 plays. They have to get into the end zone. And the Seymour Wildcats, with that prevent defense, are going to make it very difficult for them to go up top and get it in one big play. They're going to have to throw short, maybe run the football in. You see Coach DeCenzo finishing his talk with his offensive team. Coach Sponheimer in the huddle there, ready to go. And he will sprint to the sidelines. He enjoys a 20-14 lead, and he can taste this one. I know he can taste this one, and his football team has certainly worked hard for this one.
Prevent defense. The secondary fanning out. Good 15 at 20 yards in the secondary. Bartone back to throw on third down. Over the middle, it is picked off. That is Sokolnicki. David Sokolnicki down to the 44-yard line. Flags are dropped at the Derby 44. David Sokolnicki. 5 ticks remaining. And after the interception, a clip, I don't believe Seymour is going to mind at all.
Sokolnicki just sits in the middle of the field. He is in a 4-deep prevent. Bartone throws the ball. Sokolnicki just comes right up, gets the ball at its highest point in his fingertips. Another interception by David Sokolnicki, and the Seymour Wildcats have ensured a 20-14 victory, and I wouldn't even say upset, over the Derby Red Raiders.
And that's it. The time is run down here, and the Seymour Wildcats have gotten into the win column, now going 1-2 on the season, and the Derby Red Raiders dropped their first game to go 2-1 on the season. Our final score from here at Ryan Field is Seymour 20 and Derby 14. We'll be back right after these messages. Final score, Seymour 20 and Derby 14. On behalf of Buddy Chernovitz, Ed Clements, goodbye, everyone.